Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and today we have some pretty interesting news to go over, all things considered. So, the official Call of Duty Twitter page has issued a statement about fixing the game. Essentially, they're apologizing to us for how shitty everything is right now, from Vanguard to Warzone, even back to Modern Warfare 2019. Let's go ahead and read straight from the horse's mouth here. We wanted to take a minute to talk about fixing the game. We hear you and we feel your frustrations. Our teams are hard at work addressing the issues that are being experienced across Vanguard, Warzone, and Modern Warfare. Updates are being deployed as quickly as possible. We want everyone to have a seamless experience, no matter which game mode, or platform you play on. Your feedback is a critical part of our development process to make our games the best they can be. Stay posted for real-time updates, and for the most frequent ones, make sure you're following at Raven Software, at Sledgehammer Games, at Infinity Ward, and at Treyarch. And then after that, they gave us a little bit more information here for Call of Duty Vanguard. The known issues that are being worked on right now are shotgun nerfs and smoke reduction on incendiary rounds. Since when is that a problem? I would say the screen shaking with the incendiary grenade is a much larger problem, but let's move on here. Kill streaks, working on issues with attack dogs, including challenge tracking and perk protection. I mean, yeah, Cold Blood doesn't actually protect you against dogs, even though it should. Fixes for Cold Blood and High Alert bugs. That's probably what they were talking about previously. And a buff for High Alert. Have they played Search and Destroy? High Alert is busted as all hell. It's like ridiculously overpowered in Search. Why are they buffing it? But let's continue. Game modes, improving diversity and map rotation and accuracy of quick play filters. So map rotation always seemed fine to me when it came to the diversity of it and stuff like that. But I will say that the quick play filters don't always work. You search for one thing, you get a whole other thing. So hopefully that's going to be fixed soon. Matchmaking, investigating a party disconnect issue where players are kicked from a party post-match. You ever have that when you're playing with your friends and it kicks you back to the menu because someone quote-unquote disconnected? Yeah, apparently they're working on that. And they also say they're going to have a dedicated server pause for solo and single-player private matches in Zombies. These are things that are being worked on. We have no official ETA, but there you have it. Then, of course, here are going to be things for Warzone right here if you're interested in that. They're going to be working on buy stations, apparently, where some players were experiencing freezes while attempting to access a buy station. The invisible skins are a big problem. There's like 20 of them so far, and they're also working on making it so consoles can actually play the game a little bit better, because right now that's not really happening. So there you have it. Call of Duty has essentially apologized. I mean, to start off, they said, we wanted to take a minute to talk about fixing the game. We hear you and we feel your frustrations. I don't think you do. I don't think anybody at Call of Duty, Sledgehammer, Treyarch, Infinity Ward, or Raven Software, Phoenix, or Neversoft, or all the other studios they have working on these games these days, I don't think that they really do feel our frustrations, because it's been over 2 months, and Vanguard is still a heaping pile of Bobby Kotick shit. It's exactly what the game is right now. Sure, yes, finally we can unlock atomic camo. Thank you, goodness, for letting us finally unlock atomic camo over 2 months into the game's life cycle. But aside from that, what? You buff the M1 Garand, but you don't touch shotguns? Like, if you played the game, fire itself is still ridiculously busted. Like, yeah, sure, we can walk through the fire now, but you can't see more than 2 feet in front of you. It's almost as if I gave the perfect solution, like, months ago, when I said they need to take a page from the book of Raven Software, because Raven Software, when they implemented Demolition into Modern Warfare Remastered, they realized, wait a minute, Demolition didn't exist back in Call of Duty 4. Therefore, they didn't have to contend with Frag times 3 as a perk, right? And they quickly realized that Frag times 3 breaks that game mode. So what did they do? They restricted that perk within that particular playlist. Why don't they restrict fire within Shipment and DOS House? Makes no sense, but, you know, I gave the perfect solution months and months ago, but they don't actually pay attention to that kind of stuff. They're more focused on fixing things like High Alert and buffing High Alert for some reason, despite the fact that it's already busted in game modes like Search and Destroy, or the smoke reduction on incendiary rounds. Like, who is having trouble with that? Like, it's a non-issue, essentially. Like, oh, man, like, that's the thing, right? That's the thing. When it comes to giving feedback to the developers and giving feedback to these different studios and stuff, there's so many people, right? There are millions of people that play COD. Probably not millions now, because the game's not selling all that well, and a lot of people have moved on from the game already, but there's lots of people playing COD, and lots of people give feedback. And the developers have to take all feedback into consideration. And I'm sure there are like 3 or 4 people out there who for some reason think that you see too much smoke when you get hit by incendiary rounds. I don't even know what problem they're talking about. And I have like 5 days of playtime, like 20,000 kills. I have no idea what they're referencing here. But apparently somebody at some point gave them that feedback, and now they're running with that as compared to fixing things like the screen shaking with the incendiary grenade that literally makes people nauseous. Does it make sense? No, it makes zero sense whatsoever, but that's where we are in the Call of Duty franchise. And you may be thinking, well, Nero, it's actually good. They're acknowledging the fact that we have all these problems in COD, and they're taking responsibility, and hopefully they fix things. And I agree to an extent, but at the same time, if you go over to Charlie Intel, you find out that there is a number of leaks and rumors for Call of Duty 2022 coming out, which is rumored to be Modern Warfare Roman numeral 2. Well, some of the information that we got from credible industry insiders is that Modern Warfare Roman numeral 2, the next Call of Duty game, is going to be releasing in October as compared to November, because they want to push the game out as soon as possible because it's had a 3-year dev cycle. It should be mostly finished, and sales are really bad for Vanguard right now, so they're trying just to basically sweep Vanguard under the rug and get moved on with the next Call of Duty title so they can make more money. That's essentially what we have going on here. And when they say that, we're sorry about the game being all messed up, this, that, and the other thing, I get it. I get all the lawsuits happening in Activision. I get the better ABK movement, and I support the better ABK movement, and I support Bobby Kotick resigning, and I support the developers. I support the human beings that make these games. I do, because at the end of the day, these are actual people with their own lives, their own thoughts, their own dreams, their own fears, their own aspirations. Like, these are actual human beings we're talking about here. And sometimes it's easy to forget that because it kind of feels like we're shouting into the void when it comes to getting these things fixed. But the game is being worked on by real people, and I understand that. And I think I would like all the developers, all things considered. I think I would actually have a good time if I were to meet them sometime and just sit there and have a chat with them. I think they'd find me pretty personable, and I think they'd be very interesting people to talk to. But that does not discredit the fact that we are over 2 months into the Vanguard life cycle, and just now we are able to unlock Atomic Camo. Just now, we're able to finish all the challenges in the game, despite the fact that there's no actual reward for completing all the challenges in the game. And why is that? Well, it's because people that make these games don't think about long-term progression, because they themselves know that the game itself has like a 6-month shelf life before we start getting hyped up for the next Call of Duty title, and they're already working on their next game that's going to come out in 3 years. Right? So long-term progression just is not really a big thing for them. They just want to make sure the game is mildly playable so that Joe Sixpack, after his day at work, can go home and, shoot the shit with his buddies, play for an hour, go negative every single match, and still have fun, and then go buy the anime bundle. That's what they care about. Appeasing the casual audience has always been the thing that Call of Duty wants to do the most, because that is the majority of the player base. That makes up the lion's share of the player base, just those casual players that don't pay attention, that don't watch YouTube, they don't watch Twitch, they don't read reviews, they don't, people are watching this video right now, we're like the turbo nerds of the COD franchise. Like, we are super into this kind of stuff, and we pay attention to everything. But your average COD fan, they don't care. They have no idea, and that's who they're catering the game to. And so as long as the game is mildly playable, that's all that matters. That's all that matters to them. And when they say things like this, like, we're sorry, we feel your frustrations, this, that, and the other thing, as much as I want to accept it as like a sincere apology and something that's like, they're going to definitely make the game a lot better, I'll believe it when I see it. That's all I can say. I'll believe it when I see it, because I think I've grown so cynical this year. I had such high hopes for Vanguard. I was so excited because I loved Call of Duty World War II. It's another World War II themed title made by the same studio that did World War II, and that game was incredible at the launch. It was made even better after the multiplayer overhaul. I had high hopes for this game. And what have we gotten in over 2 months? It's almost 2.5 months into this game's life cycle we are right now. And what do we have to show for it, really? So when they say that they're sorry and they feel our frustrations, I'm like, I think you're just trying to save face. I think this is just simply a PR tactic to try and get some of the reviews to be better for the game, maybe. Try to maybe get some more sales. Obviously, they knew as soon as they make a tweet like this and they post out there officially that they want to talk about fixing the game and they know our frustrations and to stay tuned. If you really think about it, they haven't really told us anything that they haven't already told us before. They told us before they're going to be nerfing shotguns. Did that happen with Season 1.5? No, of course it didn't. Because I don't know. If you think about it, it was over a month ago Sledgehammer Games was saying, we feel you, we were right there with you getting spawn trapped on shipment, we're right there with you being destroyed by shotguns on DOS House. And what have they done? They haven't fixed the spawns on shipment. I played it yesterday, they're still busted. They haven't fixed shotguns. Played it yesterday, they're still busted. It's like, what's even the point, man? They're not actually doing anything. They're just saving face, so I guess it is what it is. I mean, it's interesting news nonetheless, which is why, of course, I want to make this video here today. And fingers crossed that some actual changes, some actual things do end up happening for Call of Duty Vanguard. But it's like I talked about in a previous video. I mean, Sledgehammer Games, you guys have lost me. Like, I can't sit here and defend this game as good. I'm not even playing the game. I'm on Fortnite, for crying out loud, until you fix your game. And you keep talking about fixing it. You keep talking about things you're going to do. Well, eventually, you have to actually just go out and do it. I'm living proof of that. I was someone that was messing up for a very long time there, and then I decided to fix it, and I actually stuck to it. Now it's your turn, Sledgehammer. Let's go ahead and do this. But ladies and gentlemen, as always, I'll keep you posted as we learn more about this story and as the story develops. But for right now, that is all for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, consider leaving a like. Leave your thoughts and feedback on the quote-unquote apology from the Call of Duty franchise down there in the comment section below. Thank you so much to all my channel members, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.